Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Real Life Caddy podcast. Kept that music down a wee bit, Mike. In post-production, I'll turn it back up.
Yeah, you got to crank it up a bit. Yeah,
we have another guest with us.
We do. Yet again, we have another dermatologist with us. It's been like 4 years since our last one, and we got another one. I mean, it's time to talk about skincare again.
Alas, a female as well.
We do, yes.
We're joined today by Dr. Karen Nern.
Welcome, Karen.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I looked at your profile, MD, MBA, or NBA, not sure. You are quite tall, it could be.
I wish.
FAAD. What was that?
I know the MBA, I know the MD, FAD?
FAAD.
FAA, what's that?
So FAAD means that I'm a fellow of the American Academy of Dermatology.
Wow.
So girls can be fellows too.
So my dad was actually an MD, an MBA, and he was an FAAU. Fellow of the, urology.
Urology,
yes,
exactly.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
A lot of the listeners are going F you right now.
It just, board certified.
As Zabbo said, it's 4 years since we had Dr. Glenn Goldberg, and through a golfer I caddy for, who actually agreed to sponsor this podcast.
Oh, we have an official sponsor?
It's this episode is sponsored by Epiphany Dermatology.
Is that your employer? You work with them?
Yep.
Epiphany Dermatology.
That's right.
I see Dr. Karen didn't even know this.
I didn't know that. That's great.
You're paying us to be here.
Good job, George.
Boy, George.
Strong work, George.
George, push that. You'll hear a little jingle in the middle of the episode, and we can maybe touch on Epiphany a little bit more as the episode goes on. First thing I want to address is your name. Kind of unfortunate, huh? Karen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have a nickname, though, Greta. So you could call me Greta
when you
if
go
you
to
wanted to.
Starbucks, is that what you wouldn't put your name in? My name's
sometimes,
not Karen.
yeah. No. Yeah, Karen used to be a nice name.
I love
you got
not anymore.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. How did that come about? I don't even get it. Like, where did that come from?
I just think there's a lot of middle-aged white women named Karen, and a few of them are mean and nasty and want to talk to people's managers, and so, so we all got a bad name.
They've got blue hair and drive Subarus.
Yeah. No.
Not you, but those ones do. I just think it's rough. It's a bit like being called Gordon in Scotland. We have a dance called the Gay Gordons.
Oh, do you?
Oh, jeez. Never lived that one down.
Still to this day. So, Karen, welcome to the podcast. I know you've listened before. We are not going to do our normal structure today.
Okay.
There will be no caddy stories.
No.
No caddy stories?
No.
No mailbag?
Will there be a mailbag?
No mailbag. But we just want to talk about skin cancer because it's 4 years since we talked about this. It's obviously a huge topic for every golfer, for every caddy, and pretty much for every human being underneath the sun.
Yes. Should we start a little on Karen's background and where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to medical school? All those good questions.
So I grew up in Colorado.
Okay.
And I did an undergraduate degree in finance at Arizona State.
Nice.
Fear the fork. And then
what was that little hand signal you did? Okay, there you go.
Fear the fork. Yeah. That's
so what colors are they? Are they the blue and red, or are they the turquoise and yellow?
No, they are maroon and gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the Sun Devils.
The Sun Devils.
Turquoise, what am I talking about? Yeah. Maroon.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Maroon and gold. I spent a year in Denmark when I started graduate school. I used to do financial consulting and then started an MBA program. When I was 27, my dad had a stroke. And I decided to switch gears and go to medical school.
So wait a second, you got your MBA before you got your MD?
Right.
Wow, that's incredible.
In international business.
Jeez.
And then I went to medical school. And my first week of medical school, there was like a women's medical student society meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this woman who came in who was beautiful, well dressed, perfect skin, looked happy and well rested. And she looked around the room and she said to all of us, she said, "Who here wants a life?" And I said, "I do," because I was 30 and I was engaged to be married. And I was like, "I want a life." And she looked at me and she pointed at me and she said, "Pick dermatology."
Oh, okay. I thought she was going to say, "Get out of this room."
No, she said, "Pick dermatology." And I said, "Okay."
Wow.
And so I did. Great decision.
It was a good decision.
Oh, yeah.
You're happy with it? Yeah.
Love it. Dermatology is the best medical profession of all.
So you learned how to manage other people's money, then got your MD and made all your money, and you knew how to manage your own money.
It's been, my husband and I ran a business. We ended up owning 5 different locations with our practice. So we had Vail Dermatology, Aspen Dermatology, Breckenridge Dermatology. So we had 5 locations. And then in 2019, we joined Epiphany Dermatology.
So
we
you didn't
became
sell
part
your
of-
locations. You just combined with Epiphany too.
Yeah, so we ended up selling. Well, we did, but we kept the real estate. But
Gotcha.
yeah, so we're now part of Epiphany, which has, gosh, I want to say 150 sites or something like
and
that.
how
a
many
lot.
states?
George will kill me. I think 19, maybe 20.
Okay.
Sorry, George, if I'm wrong.
I looked at the map. I did actually text George, but we'll do it in the jingle in the middle because he will get back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Just FYI, Zabbo is all about the money. You probably got that.
I do enjoy some money. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so 19 or 20 states, and growing. We're growing like crazy. We're hiring dermatologists, and lots of practices are joining us. George is an amazing CEO.
Is that a good
He's a good
switch
guy.
then?
Yeah,
What
it's great.
changes? What?
Well, now I'm working less in the clinic and doing more philanthropy and other projects.
Yes.
But love Epiphany. They're a great company.
Uh-huh. It's worth noting, we'll talk about you in the first half. The second half, we got onto a thing called the Sun Bus and also Zabbo. Odd Spot.
Yep. Odd spot.
Odd spot? What's this?
Well, we'll
beware.
have to wait.
You're going to have to be, you'll be surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to have to take your clothes off and we're going to do the Odd Spot.
We're doing a skin cancer
funny you
screen.
say that because I was hoping we were going to do some sort of exam with a dermatologist where caddies were looking for free stuff. So yeah, of course.
How many guys work for you?
At the time that we sold the practice, 65.
You had 65 physicians
No,
working for you?
65 total people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, office
We had
workers
7. Well, I think 5 or 6 doctors and PA and a nurse practitioner.
Yeah, of course. And then all the administration and all that, yeah.
And my husband ran the practice.
Is he also a doctor? Is he MD as well?
No, non-physician.
Gotcha. Business.
Yeah, business guy.
Understood.
Business sales, all that.
Mm-hmm.
What's the job of a dermatologist?
So we specialize in skin, hair, and nails. So
Hair and nails.
Yep.
Interesting.
And so in addition to being a dermatologist, I'm a Mohs, board-certified Mohs surgeon, which is a type of skin cancer surgery that verifies that the edges are clear before we stitch anything. It's more accurate than any other form of removal of skin cancer.
Uh-huh.
And so we get specialized training for doing that type of surgery. So, taking people's noses apart and putting them back together.
Oh, geez.
We know
a guy who just had that done. Nose
So
completely
how long
taken
would
apart.
that take?
What do you mean? How long does the surgery take?
operation, yeah.
Well, usually people are there for either a morning or an afternoon because I'll remove the cancer and then I give it over to my technician and he or she will take it and put dye on it and freeze it and slice it and stain it so that I can look at it under the microscope.
I thought you were going to say have lunch.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right. Serve it up. Serve it up for lunch.
You rely on like plastic surgeons to put it back together, correct? You do
Not
that.
usually.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you do all the
We have a lot of
reconstructive.
we've had a lot of training in
Amazing.
reconstruction. Not everything.
Yeah.
We have there's one Mohs surgeon in our practice. Well, actually, the woman who pretty much took my place, she's a really talented surgeon, Dr. Krieger. And then Dr. Stan Tolkachev is the director of Epiphany's Mohs program. Boy, he does amazing work.
And will he travel around to different locations? Like if you have a certain patient in need of his services, he'll go from state to state, or how does that work?
Well, he might have when he first started, but no, he's so busy. He gets referrals from all over Texas and international. International people too.
He's
come to him.
Texas based?
Right. He's Texas based.
Our boy could have seen this guy. He was in Texas.
When you're that good, they come to you.
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line.
He's amazing. He's written, gosh, I don't even know how many books and written articles and gives lots of talks everywhere.
So your job would have been small things like just giving a general examination.
Yeah.
All the way up to replacement of a nose.
Right. So, so we do like somebody might come in just for a spot that they're worried about that we can look at. Or people have psoriasis or eczema or much more complicated things, kids with rashes, and up to doing full body screenings, biopsies, freezing things. I don't know if you guys have ever had anything
I've
frozen.
had some cryo. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've had
yeah,
some, what do they call them? Keratosis?
Yeah,
like the,
actin and keratosis.
Yeah, the precancerous stuff. I've had a few of those when I really had to get serious about sun protection after that because he was like, look, you're out in the sun all the time. You're a redhead. You got to really focus on what you're doing as far as sun protection.
Did you get any chemo cream or do a light?
No, he just cryoed it off and called it good from there.
Yeah, I like to do both. I like to do. Yeah, I like to do.
He wasn't
freezing.
very good.
He wasn't very good. What's his name again?
Yeah.
He didn't have all those letters after his name. That was, it was in a bar. You met him, and he just took you.
Yeah,
round
it
the
was
back.
like a guy in the back alley down the
Come
street.
on back, I'll take some dry ice
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
back of Fredo's down
Yeah.
the street. But the other thing, I never heard about dermatologists. You said hair. What do you mean by like you focus on hair? Or?
Yeah. So we see people for hair disorders, like people can sometimes have
Oh man, I bet
hair
you
loss, scarring hair loss,
Oh, okay.
nail issues.
Mm-hmm.
We also do cosmetic stuff. I used to have a very big cosmetic practice. So
Gotcha.
lots of Botox and lasers and surgical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good for the body, or you seen conflicting information?
Well, it's aesthetic, right? I mean,
Oh, it's aesthetic, yeah.
But
I mean-
it doesn't disappear though. It stays in the
Yeah,
in the body, doesn't it?
Yeah, it can stay there for a long time, but it's generally the same stuff that's in your body anyway. It's just been formulated in a way that it stays.
Have you had to help people who went to Zabbo's guy and got the Botox? Because I've seen stuff in Miami. I love all that kind of stuff. Dr. Pimple
Botched.
Popper,
Yeah.
botched.
Yeah.
But I guess in Florida, the regulation must be different. Because there's a lot of people either die or get really messed
well, you
up.
get these people that like bring people into their hotel rooms and they're like, give you
Yeah,
Botox.
I'm going to give you a butt lift or something.
Exactly. That never goes well.
Do you ever have to do corrective stuff? That
Yeah. And, I always say that if you're going to go to a plastic surgeon or a dermatologist, you look at them and you look at their staff. And if they look normal, then you're probably okay. If they've got enormously huge lips, or if their staff has enormously huge lips,
There
that's
you
what,
go.
That's
That was
what they
my
think
first
looks
mistake.
normal.
They didn't look normal at all. And I went with them anyways.
There you go. Right? That was your first mistake.
And what's obviously you had a business background, the blood and the guts and stuff, that doesn't bother you? You're not squeamish at all?
No, surprisingly not at all. Well, and part of the thing that they desensitize you in medical school. So first semester of medical school is anatomy. So you spend your mornings in lectures, or I did at the time. I don't know what they do now, but you spend your morning in lectures, and then over lunch, they would show you what you're going to do in the afternoon. In the afternoon, you dissect a cadaver. So you take a human person and dissect them, and they would show us a video during lunch. So we're eating our lunch, watching videos of humans being dissected.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it was,
you got
it was a
through
little
that.
desensitization.
Wow.
Worked
And
out pretty well.
Did you do your residency in California? Or?
I did. Yep. UC San Diego.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. With Dr. Rich Gallo and Dr. Connie Nagy and my good friend, Dr. Nancy Chen. Hi, Nancy.
Are these all well-known people?
Dr. Gallo he's the head of the department now, and he's big into something called cathelicidins. A very well-respected, published, amazing guy.
Have you come across many golfers as clients?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, living in Vail, Colorado, there's a bunch of golf courses there.
Yeah.
Cordillera is a local golf course, so we see a lot of our golfers in the summer. We have a lot of people who come and stay summer and winter, and then they go somewhere else spring and fall, like Monterey or other places.
I've always wondered this too, because like when I'm out on the water, like fishing, sailing, whatever, the sun feels more magnified. Same thing with like skiing or golfing. It's like in my life, those are the three spots more than anywhere I find myself getting more sunburn. Is there truth to like the sun being more magnified off snow, off the ocean, off green grass when we're out caddying or golfing?
I don't know about the grass, but I do. There's a study that was done by Dr. Daryl Regal many years ago where he showed that you can get the first sign of a sunburn where your skin is just starting to turn red at about 25 minutes if you're in New York, about 15 minutes if you're in Miami, and 6 minutes if you're at the top of the mountain in Vail.
Dang. That's
so the
interesting.
first sign of a sunburn in 6 minutes in Vail.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
so just the altitude and you know,
Yeah.
the lack of UV or the lack of atmospheric protection.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Now, for the record, you aren't a golfer.
Well, no, I wouldn't call it that. Although I did win the women's longest drive in the golf tournament with Epiphany last year.
Okay.
Nice.
So you kind of are a golfer.
Well, I've played probably 20, 25 times, but
Oh, I'd love to see how far that drive was.
I got lucky. I got lucky.
Yeah,
And
but
got-
for the sake of this podcast episode, it does not matter whether you are a golfer or not. This is more pertinent to the listeners for what they can learn and look out for going forward. So,
Very true.
What are the most common problems that you've seen with golfers?
Oh, sun related for sure. Pre-cancer, skin cancer.
Where in the body?
Mostly sun-exposed areas. I mean, you can get melanoma anywhere, but most of the time we see head, ears. You know, golfers are notoriously bad at covering their ears. They wear a baseball cap and don't put sunscreen on. So have operated on a lot of ears of golfers.
You ever taken an ear off?
Yeah, actually.
Or just
yes.
a slice?
Yes. No, I have operated on lots of ears, but when I was in my residency, we actually removed a guy's ears.
Ooh.
Yeah, both of them.
Both of
for
them.
having skin cancer, that he just let it go for a long time. He just wanted us to leave a little spot for him to put his glasses on.
Oh, my.
Wow.
How old was he?
Wow.
Well, he wasn't I don't think he was a golfer. He might have been, but he
wasn't young.
He was a farmer. No, he was old.
Yeah.
He was probably 75 or 80. And he said, "Doc, just leave me a place to hang my glasses."
Jeez. That is grim.
Well,
That's
golfers,
grim.
farmers are brutal.
Yes.
Like, there's stories of farmers that cut their arm off because they're out in the field. Then a piece of machinery like a tractor falls on top of them or crushes them. And
They just slice it
have
off.
a penknife
Yeah.
and they cut their own arm off to survive and
Right.
get out. So hardy bunch.
Yeah, they are.
So I can see that.
So what do you recommend when you say, like, you see people out there with just a baseball cap, and so are you saying bucket hat in addition to sunscreen? You have a strong recommendation for bucket hats and stuff that will cover your ears completely.
Exactly.
Yeah, and neck too, because I had this hat, and I should probably get another one. I don't know if that's going to be allowed going forward, but the
Japanese one.
Yeah, that had the brim on the back to cover the neck too, because that's another prime spot, right? Your neck gets fried out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, and people generally don't do a great job of sunscreen. I read a statistic about how infrequently golfers to begin with, reapply sunscreen, almost never.
Yeah, I almost never do. I put it on once, and I feel like I'm good for the day.
And only maybe 40% of golfers put on sunscreen every day anyway.
That jives.
Yeah.
A lot of guys just love to burn.
Yeah, well, they want to get a tan. But golfers are about 5 times more likely than the rest of the population to get skin cancer.
Where does that put caddies? Because we're
Yeah,
out there
right,
even
yeah,
more than
as-
the golfers. We're
I
out there
looked-
300
yeah.
days a year. If you look at our ranks of caddies, there's guys that are like 50 years old that look like they're 90.
Yeah, the face looks like a scrotum.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't think, it's not, that's a good visual.
like-
And they don't wear sunscreen. They smoke 3 packs a day and they
Right.
drink like a fish. There could be something to that.
There might be something to that. Yeah, I looked for statistics on caddies specifically and
No one
didn't
cares.
find it.
Nobody cares
we're,
enough.
Yeah,
We're forgotten
right?
about.
Nobody
bunch.
cares enough to research that right the way Karen.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
That's
Well,
true.
maybe we should do some research about
You
that.
should.
Oh,
You
yeah,
should.
good luck. Give them a questionnaire. See how many you get back.
Yeah, right.
That's a
We'll
good
just
point
have,
as well.
We'll have to poll your listeners to see who would fill out a survey if we sent them one.
For sure.
Dr. Karen sent out 250 questionnaires to Caddies. She received 2 replies. It'd be myself and Zabbo, but I read something about 1 in 5 Americans will get skin cancer. 2 out of 5 Australians.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Yep.
Crikey.
Wow. They're
Yeah.
getting cooked down there. I guess because they're all of UK or Irish, like Celtic ancestry.
Exactly.
Like
They're
our
so
skin
fair
tone.
skinned, but then they're down in this, tropical climate. They just don't belong down there.
Down in the
From a-
hellhole.
They are.
2
From
out
a-
of 3.
2 out of 3 Australians
Crazy.
get a skin
And
cancer, and
do
they
wear
still burn.
less sunblock then, or did they not? Is that it not really done in their society like it is here? Like, it's really pushed on us here, mostly. Like, wear sunblock. Is that not pushed on them down there?
Oh yeah, they push it, but a lot of people, just like here, a lot of people really like the sun and go spend a lot of time in the sun without a lot of protection.
Man, I mean, I feel if I go out there without sunblock, I feel it quickly, and I've come to realize I need sunblock if I'm out in the sun. I can't understand people who don't understand that, like, especially with skin tones like mine or Gordon's. Like
Don't put me in the same boat as you.
Oh, come on, we're both pasty.
Pasty. I'm not pasty.
You're pasty. You're Scottish. Get out.
Oh,
of
you're
here.
very tan, incredibly tan.
Oh, Zabbo could never get that.
No, he
He'd be
could.
the cadaver. That's about as tanned as he'd ever get.
Yeah, there is some actually internal sun protection where you can take it as a pill or in a drink.
Seriously.
That gives you a little.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's a fern extract. Give me a minute and I'll find the name of the drink. But the pill is called HelioCare, and it's a homeopathic
And it,
fern extract, and it helps prevent sunburn. So it's not a replacement for for sunscreen, but it does help.
jeez.
Yeah. What about where are you with sunglasses?
Oh yeah, so there's studies showing that people miss putting sunscreen around their eyes. So not only can you get melanoma in your eye, but you can get skin cancer on your eyelids. A lot of people don't like to put sunscreen right on their eyelids.
Yeah.
So sunglasses give you some protection on
Okay.
that. But people generally miss their eyelids anyway.
The point I was going to make is, I heard this. This is this whole red light, morning light, that, and an eye specialist did confirm this to me. But your eyes see the sunshine. It sends a message to the brain to send something to your skin to protect against skin cancer, because there is a correlation between skin cancer's gone up as glasses sales has gone up.
Yeah, but just because they're happening at the same time doesn't mean they're correlated.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's not what his guy said.
It's not what my guy said.
Well, Dr. Google can say all kinds of stuff.
No, this wasn't Dr. Google. This was actually an eye specialist, and he said, "Don't tell anyone though, because I make a fortune from selling sunglasses."
This was also the same guy that did my
he was-
burn off.
Yeah.
On my
when Mike was in the back
I've never
seat,
heard that.
he
so-
moonlights as an eye specialist.
when Mike was in the back seat getting his treatment, I was in the front asking the guy questions. So, what should the caddies be doing then? What should golfers be doing? Like take me and Mike, and we're going to go out tomorrow. What should our process be from the morning to the time we get off the golf course?
So I would say put on an SPF 30 or greater sunscreen that has zinc in it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's lots of brands out there that are great. Elta's one, Spooge's one. There's just a bunch. And I like the mineral-based sunscreen zinc because they are protective. It's like a reflector in your car window. I do like that HelioCare internal drink that helps prevent sunburn. And then physical protection. So a bucket hat that helps protect your ears. The bigger the brim, the better. I don't know how well you can golf with a large brim hat, but the more you can do to protect your face with shade, it's better. And then if you can wear long sleeves, gloves, or those sort of pull-on sleeves, if you've got short sleeves on, and at least, put on sunscreen, protect your skin as much as you can, especially during the middle of the day. Try not to get a sunburn. Main thing is, you get so much sun out as a golfer. I mean, hundreds of times a normal person's sun exposure. So the more you can do to physically protect your skin, the better. And reapply sunscreen, pay attention to, but important not to get a sunburn. That really increases your risk. And I just read an article that like the average female golfer, amateur golfer, if they're going to get a skin cancer, the average age is 51. And on the pro golfer tournament, they didn't say what the names of the 4 women were, but 4 women got skin cancer in the pros, average age 25.
25?
Yeah. The youngest person I've ever taken a skin cancer off of was 16, melanoma on her ear.
Was she just like in a tanning booth all day, every day?
No, for her it was probably genetic. But I did have another gal who like a 19-year-old on her nose and another 20-year-old, a big one on her scalp. So, as much as you can do to prevent is great. And then see your dermatologist, because if we catch stuff early, it's much less intense to get something when it's early. We can do chemo cream, prevention stuff, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, because you see people that and their skin doesn't look that bad, and they have these small cancer spots, and then when they come back, like when you're taking out a skin cancer, it's just so deep, right? You have to take out so far into the skin. Even the smallest of skin cancers, sometimes it runs, inches down there, right? Or certainly centimeters down there.
Yeah, sometimes it just depends on the skin cancer. I think of the Mohs surgery, which is what I'm specialized in. It's kind of like taking the bad spot out of an apple, where I'll take out what I think is the right amount plus a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
And then we analyze it under the microscope to see if we got it all before stitching anything up. So it's got a really high cure rate. If you just have a regular excision, it's about a 92% cure rate, but with Mohs surgery, it's more like 98 or 99.
So when you take it out, when you put it under a microscope, it's instantaneous. You can tell right away the cancer, and it's because you're saying you don't stitch them up until you know it's all gone?
Right. So they usually wait in the office for about an hour because we have a technician, and that's their job specifically, is to take that piece of skin, put dye on it, and then flatten it out and freeze it. and then slice it and put it on a glass slide and stain it and give it back to the doctor.
Gotcha.
So as the skin cancer surgeon, I do the surgery and the reading of the slides.
So is the person usually, you sedate them usually when you're doing this?
No, they're awake.
Wow. You just numb it really well.
Yeah, you just numb it really well. And they wait, it's not that bad. So usually they're there for a few hours because it takes some time. And if there's still cancer at the edge, we go back and take more and repeat that process as many times as it takes. So it's kind of like chasing the bad spot in an apple.
That must be a joyous situation.
Man, I really got to get more serious about my sun protection. I'm buying a bucket hat tonight.
I hope a lot of the listeners are feeling the same way that I feel right now. I had a little bit of a thing at the bottom of my stomach. Remember we said it's like smoking fags. Mm-hmm. One's not going to kill you, but it's over a 20, 30, 40 year.
Yeah, and when you're doing it nonstop.
2 packs a day.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and I think 70% of golfers are fair skin. So a lot of golfers have fair skin, so they're the higher risk ones. You guys are high risk because of your skin tone.
What are you trying to say about golf?
It's a very white sport.
Right. We're going to move on. We're going to have a quick message about Epiphany Dermatology, our sponsor of this episode today. And then we're going to move on to talk about the Sun Bus and then Odd Spot. I'm very happy to say that this episode has been sponsored by Epiphany Dermatology. Epiphany Dermatology is passionate about improving access to great dermatologic care, which is something that too many Americans go without. George, Karen and the rest of the Epiphany team have partnered with over 230 board-certified dermatologists across the United States. Every year, the company successfully serves over 1 million patients. They operate 127 clinics in 19 states and continue to grow every year. Most of their clinics are able to accommodate patients in 2 weeks or less. So why not do yourself a favour and visit their website, epiphanydermatology.com, to learn more or book a prompt appointment. Many thanks to George and the team, and now back to the episode. So there you go, folks. Epiphany Dermatology. That's spelled Epiphany, and then just Google it, dermatology. I'm not going to... I struggle with spelling.
.com.
Struggle with spelling, but thank you, George. They're actually in 127 locations in 19 states. So if you are in any of those states, and don't worry if you're international listeners, because we have some other stuff and information for you as we move on. So tell us, Karen, you're actually in town. This was going to happen last year, but the powers that be don't care about the common man, so...
I think it was because they were remodeling.
That's what they said. That's not what I heard. But you mentioned that you're more philanthropic now.
Yep.
And you are a part of a thing called the Sun Bus. That's the sunbus.org. Check it out. Tell us about the Sun Bus.
That's right. So in 2013, I was asked by the pro at our club, Cordillera, and Dr. Neil Box, who's a melanoma researcher in Colorado, to help with a golf tournament for melanoma research. So we did a golf tournament at Cordillera for many years, raised money, and weren't exactly sure what we were going to do. And then one day, the epiphany happened about having a bus. So we had enough money by 2018 to buy a bus. So we called it Sun Bus. Mm-hmm. Built a website, all that stuff, and then purchased a former Botox bus that has...
Oh, come on.
Still has the filling stations there?
Yeah, right. Well, so it had the gal that had it before us, it was the beauty coach. She put 2 exam rooms in it. So it's a 40-foot bus, has a center sort of waiting area, and then an exam room at each end. So it's a full exam room, sink, chair, the whole bit.
Cool.
And so we got sponsors, including Epiphany, Elta Sunscreen, Castle Biosciences, Modernized Medicine. We got people to give us their software, which is important. Yeah. And we started seeing, we call them participants instead of patients in 2019. Mm-hmm. And we do full skin cancer screenings. And we started in Colorado, and now we've been to 14 states. Nice. In the last 7 years. And actually, 2 weeks ago, we reached our 10,000th free screening.
Dang.
So we've done more than 10,000 screenings. We think about 100 melanomas and several hundred basal and squamous cancers.
So, wow.
So you're primarily looking for who's your target participant.
Well, we go to festivals and events, so anybody who goes to a festival and event, it becomes a convenient opportunity for them. So a lot of the people that come to the bus have insurance, but a lot of them don't. We intentionally go to some underserved rural communities. So we end up seeing people with skin of color, but also Caucasian people. We've been at NASCAR a couple of times.
A lot of Caucasians there. No lack of Caucasians at the NASCAR.
Found lots of skin cancer. So we try to go to places where it's convenient for people to come.
Yeah.
And then we send them surveys afterwards. We've done some publications about, how many people actually know whether or not their health insurance covers a skin cancer screening.
Yeah. So how do you get the people who don't, how do you get the majority of your funding? Are you like privately funded? Do people donate money to your organization to keep you guys running? Or?
Yep. So we're a 501c3 through the Colorado Melanoma Foundation. And so we do Giving Tuesday and that kind of thing. So we get private donations. We've had some philanthropic participants give us donations for the bus, but we also have corporate sponsors like Epiphany.
Mm-hmm. And you have one bus that you've traveled. How many states has
14.
the bus been to?
14 states and 10,000 people. And in the bus,
how many miles have you put on the bus since you've had it?
I have no idea, but we need a new bus. So next year we're going to do a capital campaign.
I did actually do a little research myself. 14 states, 10,111 skin checks as of April 12th of this year.
Yep.
That will be 10,113 by the time Zabbo and I get ours.
Yes,
this year.
Exactly, right?
31% referrals. What does that mean?
Out of the people who come to the bus, about a third of them need to be referred. So they have a pre-cancer spot. And the mission of the bus relates to skin diseases that include cancer, right? So we see skin cancer, but we also see other things like atopic dermatitis, psoriasis, rashes.
Won't be a lack of those with all the caddies you'll be seeing.
Right. So it just means that of the people that we see, about a third of them need to be referred to a dermatologist for something, for pre-cancer, skin cancer, or rash or psoriasis.
1,910 pre-cancers. That means that you found something, or?
Yeah, that means we've identified. They're called actinic keratosis. That's the one that you had burned off.
Mm-hmm. And will you guys in the sun bus burn those off? Would you guys do that there? You refer out,
right?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, we are a screening. We're a screening
yeah.
organization. Yeah.
What does 859 NUB mean? Nub?
Neoplasm of uncertain behavior, meaning that the doctor or whoever, the provider or the doctor that was on the bus, and a lot of the Epiphany doctors actually volunteer. And the nurse practitioners and PAs from Epiphany, they've found something that they're concerned about, but they don't know what they're not going to necessarily call it a skin cancer, but they want it to be evaluated further.
Yeah, I can imagine that unidentified that number might go up.
Going to be a gold mine with all the caddies you're going
right,
to be
exactly
seeing.
right.
And then we have 616 suspected NMSC,
non-melanoma skin cancer.
Lovely.
So including basal and squamous.
Okay, and then 108 suspected melanoma.
Right. So
that's what's that? 1%.
Yep.
1% of your 10,000. That's not bad. Good numbers. Much better at numbers than I am at reading.
Yeah. Very good there, Gordon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is the bus constantly traveling, or you guys have certain weeks you're on the road, certain weeks you're not, or?
We go to we do about 40 events a year. So we have a route that we follow, and we pick events that are kind of on the route.
And who drives the bus?
It depends. Sometimes we have a professional driver. Sometimes Logan.
Are you hiring?
Sometimes I don't know. We'll have to ask. Dr. Tamara Terzian is the executive director of the bus, and she's the one who knows everything that happens on the bus.
Yeah.
So I'm the medical director.
Gotcha.
Nice.
The website is called thesunbus.org, and I also noticed that if you did mention a new bus, people can donate supplies, time, and funds. And Zabbo will love this because you give away free samples.
We do. Yep. Elta MD is our sunscreen sponsor, and we
Nice.
give away free sunscreen.
That's the one we use.
Yeah. It's great.
George told me about that years ago, and ever since then, I use it. Wife uses it.
You hear most dermatologists. I mean, with my fair skin, I see dermatologists all the time, but most of them do recommend Ulta. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
good.
popular. Yeah,
It's a great brand. It's owned by Colgate now, but they do a great job. It's the #1 recommended dermatologist brand. But there's lots of great ones out there.
yeah. That's actually another. I don't know if it is a misconception, but a lot of caddies are under the impression like some sunscreens are worse for you than actually just not wearing sunscreen at all. Is there really bad sunscreen out there where it's not beneficial to wear? Is it bad sunscreen better than nothing? Or is sometimes the sunscreen worse than the actual sun?
Bad sunscreen's better than nothing.
Yes.
And, there was a study out of Australia where they actually measured skin cancer outcomes after sunscreen use or not. And they showed a significant reduction in skin cancer with sunscreen use. So we've proven that it actually works.
Even bad sunscreen is better than nothing.
Yeah. So I personally like the metals, so zinc and titanium, because I feel like they give you protection longer. The chemical sunscreens actually wear out.
Mm-hmm.
So they absorb light. The shape of the molecule changes. They release heat. So if you've got a metal-based sunscreen like zinc or titanium, it just reflects light.
And metal-based is that the mineral sunscreen
right.
you're talking about? Yeah, and you can tell because it's a lot harder to rub in, right? And it leaves that chalky texture. But
not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah.
They've gotten really good at micronizing it so that it just rubs in beautifully.
Great.
And sometimes it has a little tint, and I'm using one from a company called Spooge that has it's called...
Gives you a little tan already?
Yeah, it does. It has a little bit of pigmentation in it.
Awesome.
So it's nice.
What's the future plan of the Sun Bus?
Well, hopefully, I hope we can get a new bus sometime in the next year, because we've really, I think we've done a great job of keeping it going. But the idea would be to expand it, continue our reach. We have a new academic home, which is in Lubbock, Texas, Lubbock Christian University. So we're doing a lot of studies with the bus. So we do survey studies, but we also have 5 separate, it's called IRB, Investigational Review Board approved studies that are going to be happening on the bus over the next year or two. So we're becoming more of an academic teaching environment. So education, research, screening.
And it's based in Colorado.
Right.
So if you are going to California or you're going to Texas, does that mean that people could still volunteer to come and help you out?
Oh, yeah. And, our locations are on the website with the events that we have. And we actually have 2 other events that are open to the public in California this next couple of weeks. There's one in Oceanside, California on the 15th of May, and then one in Los Angeles with the Learn to Derm program on the 16th. So we've got 2 more stops in California.
Maybe not be a bad idea if someone out there in one of the states is organising a golf event and maybe wants to make a donation. That's the type of thing you might go along and, see all of the players.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would love to do that. I actually think that the golf community would be an amazing... I think kind of the Sun Bus, we went to NASCAR, which was great, but I think taking the Sun Bus to a golf community and screening people in the community would be amazing.
Absolutely.
Well, what you'll have is 144 at a typical charity golf event. You have all of the staff at the facility. You have all of the organisers. You have people that are just coming along to ride. You could probably knock out 300 at one event. Yeah. That's maybe too many.
That's too many. Too many.
What's your kind of limit? How long are you doing these screenings for?
We can screen about 80 people a day, but we can interact with hundreds. We have a UV camera on the outside of the bus where we can show people what their sun damage looks like underneath the surface of the skin.
That's cool.
Or show them how well they're doing at sun protection. Sort of the unseen underneath stuff that's going on with the skin. We have games for kids. There's like a spin the wheel and answer questions. We give people education about UV stuff and hand out free sunscreen. So we interact with way more people than we screen, but we can screen up to about 80 people a day. That's about the limit. I think the most we've ever done is 100.
And you're in town this week with the bus.
Right. Yep. We're doing a private event. So
Zabbo and I can get an invite and then report back.
Perfect.
Yes.
Excellent. Now,
look forward to that.
The second thing that you sent me that Mike doesn't know about, but he will shortly, it's called, and this is for our international non-American listeners, oddspot.net, ODDSPOT.net. Check this out. because anyone can look at it. You have a list of all of the types of spots that you should look out for in your body. Some of the ones that I thought were quite amusing were the dry and scabby one.
Yeah.
There's one that you just call odd looking.
Yep.
It's like the
ugly duckling.
Clinical
ugly
term
duckling.
for it.
Imagine having this one. I don't understand why somebody would have something that is puffy and painful and then just let it fester. And then there's one, this one's even worse. Open and oozing.
Ooh, open and oozing.
Like,
So should I give him the card?
Give him the card.
All right, here you go.
You're going to love this.
Boy.
Right, here, I'll give you.
Good God.
Here you go. You can have one too.
Oh, actually, I looked for quite some time on the website, and this is fantastic stuff. I can't say that I've ever seen any of this shit in my body, but the
I can't say the same for me.
come on, Zabbo, I've seen that puffy, painful one.
Definitely the dry and scabby.
Dry and scabby. Oh man! So on a serious note, do check this website out. Like, whose idea was this? Are you're involved in this?
Yeah. So last year at our board meeting, we were complaining that we didn't like the skin cancer education that existed in the world.
Oh, fantastic!
And so we decided to do something about it. So this odd spot has some research behind it. So we looked at 5 peer-reviewed publications, 5 public-facing websites, 5 textbooks, and aggregated the words that people use to discuss the different types of skin cancers.
All right.
We also did 2 surveys and then came up with this odd spot. So O for odd-looking, D for dry and scabby, D for discolored, black, brown, pink, white, or combinations, S for shiny, P for puffy and painful, O for open, oozing, and bleeding, T for transforming. So the skin cancer education that exists currently is mostly around this acronym called ABCDE, which really educates on melanoma only. And it's written in college graduate level language. So we came up with the words that are used to describe.
We wouldn't do well. We like odd spot.
Yeah. So we came up with language that anybody can read, and we paired it with photos that are basal squamous and melanoma and also skin of color, and put it into a simple, easy to read single paper. So poster card that you can hand out at your doctor can hand out at their office, and on the back there's branding for anybody who wants to do that. Yeah, so we made this to improve skin cancer education and published it in the Journal of the American Academy of Dermatology. So some of the studies we're doing on the Sunbus this year are validating this further.
Did you take photos on the Sunbus of cases?
We do.
Yeah.
And then we're really unusual in that there's only really one other major national skin cancer screening program, and they've used, I guess there's a second one that's happening, but they haven't used electronic medical records for the last many years. So a company, Modernizing Medicine, gave us their whole software suite to use starting 6 years ago. So we have, or I guess 7 years ago. So we have 7 years of data that we still need to analyze that will give us lots of information about how mobile skin cancer screening programs work.
Another acronym for you, AI.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
Tell you what, the medical community, they don't half love
They love their acronyms.
they love an acronym.
Yeah.
Odd spot.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Dry and scabby, that's just belter. that's. Do you see it?
Glad you like it.
Yeah, well, it makes me laugh.
Yeah, I mean, it's just supposed to be simple.
What would your advice be to somebody that has, like, go and look at this website,
Yep, oddspot.net.
oddspot.net, and I just can't understand if someone had an open and oozing or bleeding. That's it, right? Open, oozing, or bleeding.
Yep.
We have a caddy that
You'd be
has a lot
surprised.
of open oozing and bleeding. But
You'd be
he does see
surprised.
it's nasty.
People let things go. I think part of it is denial. Part of it, sometimes they're worried about money. Part of it is they're worried about, the word cancer. Skin cancer is curable. Really,
I'd be more worried about the word death when you're looking at open and oozing.
And these photos are of, they're not the subtle, right? These are things that you would notice on your body. The shiny one, maybe not as much. That's more common with basal cell skin cancer.
Yeah.
How long does a screening take? Did I ask you that already?
Oh, yeah. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
And it's painless.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we're just looking at your skin, and people can have as much or as little skin as they want looked at.
Yeah. Mike, what do you call that? A magnifying glass?
Yeah. Sometimes we use a dermatoscope, which is, or like a magnifier. Yeah. with the light. And it takes just a few minutes, and then we can say, hey, you're good. Go on with your life, or you really need to go get something checked.
And is this something people can help with? You looking for funding for that, or donations, or
donations more for the bus? So what
for the bus.
This one can be eventually we're going to have an Odd Spot Foundation that will contribute money. So a percentage of the profits from this Odd Spot program go to the Sun Bus.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So, doctors, dermatologists, family practice doctors can make those cards and put them in their office, and some of that money goes to the Sun Bus.
You're probably in a lot of different practices with this, right?
It's pretty new. We just got our publication in January. So
awesome.
Yeah. So it's been fun. I mean, it's written in 6th grade language, so everybody can understand it.
Even Gordon and I. Yeah. That's impressive.
Well, someone would have to read it to me.
Well, I only understood it because you read it out loud. Yeah.
I'm one of the. I read the book once every 7 years.
Okay.
It once took me 7 years to read a book.
Which one?
It was actually a golf book, and
The Match.
The Match.
Yeah.
It was called The Match with these very famous old timey golfers.
Great book
at Cypress Point.
Yeah, great book.
And I borrowed it. I don't know why. But
Mark Frost wrote it. Great book.
I saw my friend had it. I was like, oh. He said, oh, you ever read that? And I went, no, I'll read that. But I started it about 30 times.
Okay.
And I put it down, and then I'd leave it for a month, and I'd forget what I wrote or read.
Yeah, so you have to go back and read it again.
And it eventually took me 7.5 years to complete it. And I gave it back to him.
Oh, there you go.
I did give it back to him. He said, I thought I lost this.
I thought you lost it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I found the name of that drink I was talking about earlier. It's called Solstice, and it was developed by Brett Ozanich. And
it's a sun protection drink, right? You
Correct.
can find it's Solstice. You can find it on Amazon, or
I believe so. And it's the orange one is really delicious. I haven't tried all of them.
Mix up your vodka in the morning.
I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah,
not
Solstice.
the vodka, but yeah.
What's your favorite part of your job then?
There's so many things. I love surgery in that someone comes in with a cancer and they leave and they're cured, right? And so that's a really nice thing. I think when dermatologists treat kids that have acne, they'll walk in the door and they'll be looking at the ground. They won't look at us.
Yeah.
And then after you've cured their acne, they'll just be bebopping in. They have no idea.
Amazing.
They have no idea how much different they are. I love to teach. I love to mentor younger folks. Love to teach. I like the business aspect of it. I'm kind of an entrepreneurial sort of person. So there's so many great things about it and so few bad things about it. I love all of it. How about you guys? What's the best and the worst?
The best is the people. The worst is the people.
Always, right? Life is like that.
No, the best is the freedom in our job, or I should say up until, the freedom in our job. We have so much freedom. We get to choose when we work, where we work, and nobody tells us what to do or how to do it.
That's nice.
I'm going to be a little deeper with the best part of the job. And it's the realization after all the years of doing it that as a service industry person, which is what we do, we serve people, slightly different from a restaurant because we would spend so much time with the person. But we don't just become part of people's experiences, we become part of their memories.
Yeah. That's great.
It's an incredibly powerful job we have
and we become friends with a lot of these people. I mean, they bring us to their homes, to their golf courses, very nice golf courses. It's amazing the contacts we make. And in relation to your job, like you see people at their lowest when they're coming in with skin cancers and they're not feeling well. We're always seeing people when they're very happy and very happy to be where they are and happy to be playing the courses they're playing.
Mike, I'm gonna give you one there, right? Karen sees people at their worst, and after she's finished with them, she'll see them at their best,
which is much
we start
more
off
rewarding. Yeah,
when
true.
People
exactly
are at their best, they can't wait, and then golf gets in the way of it.
That is so
and
true.
And then they become miserable.
Wow, that is deep. That's true.
That's
true.
it. Yeah. We have the opposite effect on people.
Yeah. Well,
you turn them from sad to happy. We turn them from happy to sad.
There you go. A lot of times my patients I've known for years and years and years. I actually walked on the beach this morning with friends of mine who have been patients in Colorado, and I'm actually going there for dinner. And so we become part of people's lives too. Yeah. And it's interesting when you're a doctor how people talk about you as my doctor. You know, my doctor.
Yes, of course.
So and just like with your relationships, we form really strong relationships with our patients. So good friendships and, they feel very, very close. And
Last week I was described as a very important man's personal caddy.
Okay.
And the respect I got from his colleagues straight away. I was
nice.
Oh, can we get you a drink?
Yeah.
Would you like have a look at the menu? So yeah, it's interesting. But we don't make them feel that way, Zab. Well, we sometimes make them feel bad about themselves or point out the obvious.
They do it to themselves.
They do it to themselves because golfers are perverts. Because I could save you a lot of time, money, and hassle right now by saying don't pursue the golf. Become a voyeur. Just go out. I actually sometimes now prefer watching people hack it around and do it myself. There's I don't know.
I get it.
At my age, I don't think I would start playing golf.
Nope, but you're thinking about quitting.
I think about playing more golf, actually. So, excellent. Well, listen, we have to wrap things up. Just to recap, a big thank you to Epiphany Dermatology. Check their website out, epiphanydermatology.com.
Our sponsor for the episode. Thank you, Epiphany.
Yeah, top lad. And if you are listening and have a business and you want to sponsor one of our episodes, get in contact. You can contact us on social media or by email.
Yes, all the people we caddy for. If you're looking to sponsor an episode,
we'll have a bit of fun with it.
Yes.
Podcast at glorifieddonkey.com.
Yes, that's it.
There you go. If you're new to the podcast, feel free to go back and listen to the previous however many episodes there are. So it's over 170. I always lose track of how many we've done.
It's a lot.
And feel free to share it. And if you want to support us, actually, you can go to the Twitter page or our website and follow the link to buyusabeer.com. And then from Dr. Karen, check out thesunbus.org. And
Oddspot.net.
And for a wee bit of a laugh, maybe check your body first for anything that looks a wee bit dodgy. And if you feel confident that there's nothing on there, go and have a laugh like I did, oddspot.net. If you do go on there and you see something that looks familiar, you probably want to go and see.
Yes.
Dermatologist.
Don't email Karen a picture of your puffy or painful or your open, oozing, and bleeding.
Thank you.
She doesn't need to see that.
We kept it pretty clean today, Karen.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
Because things
Good job.
can get a little stretchy in here. But we will be reporting back in a couple of weeks' time about our experience with Dr. Karen.
Yes, thank you.
With the sun bus.
Yep.
Keep it clean, folks. Many thanks for your time, Karen.
Thank you. It was so fun.
Zabbo, as always, thank you.
Thank you.
Don't work too hard, wee man.
I won't.
And to our listeners, many thanks for listening. Thanks for your continued support. Get out, check your skin, and after you do that, enjoy your golf, but more importantly,
keep it humble.